A generational talent, a Hall of Famer, a beloved Cubs player, husband, father, and grandfather. We are remembering Ryne Sandberg, who died today at the age of 65. The Cubs are already paying tribute to him. This is a live look at the iconic Wrigley marquee lit up with his name tonight. I'm joined now by Ryan Baker, beginning our team coverage on the passing of a Cubs legend. Ryan.
You know, it was apparent that the inevitable was imminent, with some of his former teammates and other Cubs greats paying their respects and tributes, but it's still heartbreaking when you lose a great one like this. Sandberg was surrounded by his loving family at his home when he succumbed to his fight with cancer. After being diagnosed with prostate cancer in January of 2024, he announced in August of last year that he was cancer-free. However, in December, the Hall of Fame second baseman revealed the disease had returned and spread to other organs. Here's a retrospective of Ryno's remarkable career and the legacy he leaves in Chicago into the game of baseball. Ryne Sandberg was drafted right out of high school in 1978 in the 20th round by the Philadelphia Phillies. His big league break came in 1982 when the Spokane, Washington native was dealt to the Cubs as part of the Larry Bowa trade. The next season, he moved to his natural position at second, winning the first of his 9 straight Gold Gloves. 1984 was a magical season for both the Cubs and Ryno, who cemented his MVP status with the legendary Sandberg game on June 23rd against the rival Cardinals.
This is a tie ball game.
On that sunny Saturday afternoon at Wrigley Field, Sandberg went 5 for 6, blasting a pair of game-tying home runs off of ex-Cub Bruce Sutter in a thrilling 11-10 Cubs win in 11 innings.
It's something that might be a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Besides being in shock right now, it was a lot of fun.
A division title ensued as the Cubs made their first postseason appearance in nearly 40 years. With a .314 average, 114 runs scored, and 19 triples, Sandberg was named the National League Most Valuable Player. As his power numbers increased, Ryno led the NL with 40 homers in 1990, collecting one of his 7 Silver Slugger awards. The 10-time All-Star briefly retired in 1994, but returned to the Cubs to play 2 more seasons before finally calling it quits in 1997. He finished with a career .285 batting average and 282 home runs and a fielding percentage of .989. In 2005, the coveted call from Cooperstown came, and Ryno was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
I didn't play the game right because I saw a reward at the end of the tunnel. I played it right because that's what you're supposed to do.
The fan favorite spent the past decade as a popular Cubs ambassador. On the 40th anniversary of the Sandberg game, the Cubs unveiled his statue just outside of the friendly confines near his fellow franchise Hall of Famers.
It's miraculous what can happen when dreams meet opportunity and hard work. Your dreams come true and much, much more than you ever dreamed.
Ryne Sandberg is survived by his wife Margaret, 5 children, and 11 grandchildren. Our condolences go out to them. And this is a tough one, even though, again, we kind of saw it coming. One of the great ones on the Mount Rushmore of Chicago sports, for sure.
Such a loss. You spoke to him not too long ago.
It was back in February in spring training. We're going to have a little snippet of that coming up in sports. I'm very fortunate I had that moment to share with Ryne Sandberg and all those through the years.
Yes.
I grew up, he was one of my idols, for sure.
I can see why. Thank you, Ryne. We'll see you again soon. Well, in a statement, Cubs executive chairman Tom Ricketts says, in part, Ryne Sandberg was a hero to a generation of Chicago Cubs fans and will be remembered as one of the all-time greats in nearly 150 years of this historic franchise. His dedication to and respect for the game, along with its unrelenting integrity, grit, hustle, and competitive fire, were hallmarks of his career. Fans in Wrigleyville are paying their respects tonight, too. Our Sara Machi is live on a solemn night at Gallagher Way. Sarah.
Yeah, Erica, solemn is exactly the correct word. We have been seeing crowds gathering both at the marquee that you mentioned earlier and here at the statue for Sandberg at Gallagher Way. I want you to take a look because there are people who have come, take a seat. There are people taking photos. Some are even trying to hold the statue at his feet. And there is a growing memorial out here beginning to take shape as well as people leave bouquets at the base of this memorial. I can tell you, at both places today, people have been taking out their phones for photos and for social media posts. Some people we've talked to were already here at Wrigley for another event when they heard the news. Others told us that they were compelled to come here and to be with other fans. This is a player who will be remembered as much for his time on the field as off. People we talked with say they will remember him for his character as much as the way that he played the game.
A little somber, but you know, it's more of a celebration about he lived a great life. He was a great ball player, and he means a lot to this team.
He meant a lot to this city, you know, after he played. I mean, he was an ambassador for the team. He was always around.
As a Cubs fan in the 80s and the 90s growing up in the Chicago area, like, he was the Cubs to us, right? Like, he was every kid's hero. And part of it is I saw it on social media. I have the means to come over here and I wanted to see if it was actually real. And you see it lit up on the marquee, and that's about as real as it gets.
That last fan you heard from, Matt, he said he was actually here at the stadium and at this statue just weeks ago, showing me a photo of his daughter taking some of her very first steps. He says that is a memory that will now forever be entwined with a player that he admired. From Gallagher Way, Sara Machi, CBS News, Chicago.
All right, Sarah, thank you. Let's take another live look at the Wrigley Field marquee. The friendly confines honoring beloved Cubs second baseman Ryne Sandberg, who died today from cancer at 65 years old. Our coverage on his legacy continues a little later on in sports.